Hey guys, it's me, the Stonk Dad, and yes, I make this excuse every single time I get on this video, but you know, I have to make it. So I have this newborn baby. He takes up a lot of my time. I try to help out my wife as much as possible, so that's why I haven't been posting lately. And I figured I'd just get on and make a quick video today since I had some me time alone, the house to myself with no kids in the sight. I figured I'd hop on and make this quick video. I did receive a special request to go over some of my future strategies and my just my day-to-day things that I do in my futures trading, since I pretty much went from options trading to futures trading almost exclusively, and I have been loving it the last 3 to 4 months. And I want to share that experience with you guys, and hopefully you guys can learn a little bit from this video. So let's get into it, okay? Now, I don't have really a script of what I'm going to be talking about today, but I did receive a couple really good questions, and I thought that I'd make a video to make it a little bit easier for this person. So I'm going to read their question, and then we'll kind of go from there, because I don't have a script written up. I usually never do for my videos, so we'll just read it right now, okay? So Mr. Nice Guy, shout out to Mr. Nice Guy. He says that my last video on futures, I made a futures video a while back, maybe a month or two ago, maybe 3 months ago, I'm not sure. But I did make a video and I shared that with him, and he says that my last video helped him get over the curb. Now what he tells me is he wants a simple approach to trading futures, and he tells me that he got 3 of the combines from Top Step. And usually, if you guys aren't familiar with, if you're going to be going into these prop firms, you have to pass a combine or like a test phase, and you have to make a certain threshold by following their rules in order to pass that combine to then achieve the next level of being a funded futures trader. So his question is that he's heard me say that I make $200 a day trading futures, and that's pretty much my goal, and I talk about that a lot in my videos, as well as the Discord communities that I'm in. So he just wants me to elaborate on what I mean about those $200 days, and I can definitely go into that. And he says he knows I have little ones. I appreciate your respect there, Mr. Nice Guy. Yeah, my little ones definitely take up my time, but I'd be happy to go over my strategy on how I achieve that $200 a day, and kind of what I look for to get into trades, and then how I don't overtrade even though I'm on my computer for most of the day. But yeah, I'd be happy to go over that with you guys. So right here you guys see that this is my Apex funded account here, but I'm going to be going in between my Top Step combine, or my Top Step platform, and then the Tradevate platform, the PA account on Tradevate for Apex. So what I do normally, Mr. Nice Guy, I guess this is directly correlated to you, is I usually have a goal in mind that I want to achieve every single day when I go into the trading day. And more often than not, that is about $200 a day. Now, sometimes I make less, sometimes I make more, but usually that goal is about $200 a day. Now, why I do $200 a day is because I can trade on multiple accounts on these funded accounts. With Top Step, I can trade on 3, and then on Apex, I can trade up to 20. So you guys can do the math on that. If I have 20 funded accounts, which I do not on Apex yet, but maybe I will in the future. I have a couple of those, but if I have, let's just say five funded accounts, because that's what pretty much what I'm trading on right now. So I have 3 Apex funded accounts that I can trade on, or 3 Top Step funded accounts that I can trade on, and then 2 Apex ones. So that's 5. Now, if I make $200 a day on both those, I make $1,000 per day, and that's the goal. And $200 a day is not hard at all, especially trading futures. I know if you guys are familiar with futures trading, you can definitely tell me that it's easy, and it's easy to win $200 and also easy to lose $200. Now, how I manage the risk on the funded accounts is a little bit different than most. Now, most people I've noticed that I've interacted with in the in Discords and stuff like that, and on Twitter and social media, they usually try to stretch their goals and they try to make as much money as possible, which is great and all. But you also run the risk of losing a lot of money as well. And my goal as a futures trader and just a personal goal for myself is to not lose these funded accounts, but have a steady, consistent income, just a side income that I have and a daily goal that I have set. So that's kind of like my basis of why I do what I do. A lot of people clown on me for making $200 a day, but if you really think about it, if I'm consistent with it every single day and I make that $200 a day and then I add the different accounts into that aspect, I'm making $1,000 estimated a single day, which is amazing in my eyes. I never really would have ever thought that I'd make that much in a single day, but that's kind of where I'm at right now. So let's get into the things that I look for when I get into a trade. Now, just going off of what I was talking about with people stretching their goals and they want to make like a bazillion dollars, more often than not, people like to trade like NQ, what I have pulled up here. And NQ, it moves a lot. One contract moves, so you guys, I don't know if you guys can see, but here, let's move this over a little bit. So you can see the ticks. So this is the after hours market. But you can see that each one of these ticks, each one of these little price things, these go up $5 each time. So that just went up $20 just as I've been talking. And since it's after hours, it moves a lot slower. If you're during hours, the New York session, it is going to move a lot more than what it's moving right now. So it moves very, very quickly for just one contract. Now, how I mitigate the risk on something like this is I trade something called micros, and that's one contract is just 1/10 of one NQ. And that's the same thing with ES or the S&P 500. So this is NQ right here. If I just go over here to a new tab and type in MNQ, it should pull up. And right here, we can do a little test run here. We can get into let's just get into one NQ short here. Let's get filled. Okay, we just got filled there. So each tick will be 50 cents. So you can see right here, up here, I can see that I'm down $1.50 or $1 or so. So this is the test run for what it is. So this is how I mitigate the damage of what these higher contracts can be, is I can trade micros. So I can trade a lot more contracts on something like NQ and not risk a lot of money. So you can see that I'm up only $2 here. But if I was trading one NQ contract, I'd be up $20, if that makes sense. So during the day, you guys can definitely trade like 5 micros and you can definitely make $200 pretty easily. If you have a good trading setup and you trade like 5 MES contracts or 5 NQ contracts, which is just a half of NQ or a half of ES, you guys can definitely be making at least $200 a day doing that if you have a good setup. So let's close out of this. Let me just buy this back real quick. Hopefully that fills. But that's kind of just the logistics of these contracts that we trade. MNQ and then MES are the ones that I like to trade a lot. Let me just get out of this exit market. Okay, so what else should I talk about here? So let's talk about setups. There was a couple really good setups in the market the last week especially. So I was able to pass a 250K Apex funded account in one day pretty much. It was a little bit over one day, so I'm not gonna say I passed in one day, but I pretty much passed in one day. I made about $13,000 or $14,000 in one day on that combine. And that was strictly because we had a very good day on Flow. Let's see if I can find it. It was like Thursday or Wednesday. I can't remember. I'll find it. I think it was this day. Yeah. So it was this day. So this is the SPY chart on the right-hand side of your screen. I caught a pretty nasty long to the upside on Wednesday or whatever day this was. Yeah, Wednesday. So all you guys need is just days like Wednesday. So you guys know my strategy if you guys are familiar with my channel about Flow and everything like that. So you guys can see that Flow on Wednesday was astronomical. It was freaking insane for bulls. And this is when I like to take advantage of long plays or short plays, depending on what Flow is. But in this case, it was a very bullish day. So I take I pretty much hold long positions for most of the day when I see Flow like this. And that's exactly what I did on Wednesday. So you guys can really take advantage of days like this. And if it surpasses your goals, so be it. My goal is always 200, and I usually cut out and I mitigate my strategy a little bit more and my risk. So I take off a lot of my contracts once I hit that goal. But in this case, I was in combine, so I could make as much money as possible. So right here, you can see that we had calls right in the morning move up to about 20 to 30 million right out the gate. So like 20 million or so, it looks like. Yeah, about 20 million right when the market opened. And when that comes out in the morning and you get a green convergence flip, you can really see some momentum in the market. So that's what I look for in flow days like this. We caught a really nice long on Wednesday. And then if we look over to Wednesday or Thursday, let's see if we caught anything there. Just regarding float. So it looks like we did pump up a little bit. I think I did catch the move up, but not the move down. Yeah, I definitely did, because I could see that call flow started to do the exact same thing as the day previous, and we caught a nice green convergence flip to the upside. This was about a $1 to $1.50 move on SPY, which on ES is about 10 to 15 points or so, which if you're trading one ES contract, that's about $500 to $750 just for one contract. So enough about that, guys. That's pretty much what I look for just with flow, and then also GEX levels are very, very important as well. But yeah, I don't really want to get into confuse you guys too much. This was just like the basic rundown of what I look for, and then futures. I hope it helped, especially Mr. Nice Guy. I hope it did help. If it didn't, please leave a comment down below. I will get into more specifics in a different video if you want me to. I just don't want to drag this video out and just bore you guys. But that was just a lowdown of what I look for in my futures trades, and then flow and stuff like that, and then my goals setting every single day. That's really helped me to really focus on just the small gains, because those definitely add up. And if you're really focusing on bigger gains, like $1,000 to $2,000 a day per account, you definitely run the risk of losing a lot more, which that's not my goal. I just want small consistent gains, because those add up over time. And then when I look back at other people, yeah, they make the big days, but they also take the big losing days as well. So keep that in mind. I hope you guys have a wonderful evening. I will see you in the next one.